Hello there boys and girls, welcome back to Upon This Rock. Before we get into today's games, which is Liverpool away and West Brom away, we are going to round up all the games, all the action that's been going on since we last met. Roll the highlights. Very dangerous opportunity there. Bernardo Silva into Aguero, but Rekic is there again. Into the back post, and Kevin De Bruyne has dispatched that. That's 1-0 to City. Fantastic goal there from Kevin De Bruyne. Great ball across from Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva, another free kick over to Camacho, and that's 2-0. Commentator's curse. I'd have taken a 1-0, but Camacho has made it 2-0 to City. 25 minutes to go, just before those changes are to be made. Last few minutes of the game, last few seconds of the game, we're going to come away with a 2-0 defeat against City at the Etihad. Come on boys, Bournemouth at home. They are 14th, we are 12th. Let's go out there and get a victory today. We do owe them for after last time they turned us over in the same fixture last season, and I won a victory today. Escobar now on the ball into Fossum. Fossum out to Snodgrass, going to take on his man, but Iorfa gets in front of him and goes over to Afobe into Borja Baston. Borja Baston out to Oliver Burke now. Taking on, he does, and it's an own goal from Rekic, and they're going to launch it forward now. Baldwin gets there ahead of Borja Baston into Snodgrass. Snodgrass now, lovely ball out to Kingsley. Kingsley into Cummings. Cummings makes it 1-0. 20 minutes to go. Come on, boys. Let's make sure that we continue this good form now. Last fire of the dice. So Hurahan into Baldwin, but Quebec is there to catch that very, very comfortably. Going into the final seconds of this game, Quebec, he's going to launch it forward, and that is it. Peterborough United 1, Bournemouth 1. Arsenal at the Etihad. Not the easiest of games we've had in this highlight package. City away, Bournemouth at home, and Arsenal away. Cazorla now over to Nelson. Nelson's going to try and get inside, but Fossum just launches the ball clear. Bellerin picks that up over to Monreal. Over to Alexis Sanchez. He's going to take on Wisdom. Passes it over to Monreal. Going to whip the ball in. Back post. Nelson's there. Alexis, but Tatsuanu collects it very, very carefully. Cazorla now whips it in, but Wisdom's there at the near post. Going to go out to Cazorla. Passes it back to Nelson. That's a good tackle there from Snodgrass. Keane over to Cazorla again. Back to Monreal. Back to Cazorla. Cazorla now going to launch it all the way across to Bellerin. Lovely crossfield ball into Nelson. Nelson's going to take on Kingsley, but Rekic gets it out. Nelson again. Rekic again in the way, launching it forward to Cummings. Escobar picks up the ball, and now Cummings has got a chance to run at this Arsenal defence. Plays it back to Fossum. Fossum now back to Escobar. Going to try and work something. Snodgrass into Cummings. Cummings makes it 1-0 to the Posh. 2 minutes before half time. Özil now with the ball in. Going to try and find Ganari into Ramsey, into Cazorla, and that's 1-0. Literally 10 minutes after half time. Santi Cazorla makes it 1-0. Wisdom now into Gale, but Monreal cuts out over to Alexis Sanchez, but great tackle there by Fossum. Rekic now going to launch it over the top to Dwight Gale. Dwight Gale's on top. Dwight Gale takes the shot and gets a save away from Petr Cech. 10 seconds to go. Is there going to be a sting in the tail in this game? Llorente into Teixeira, into Fossum. Can he find Dwight Gale on the shoulder? He doesn't, and that is it. Arsenal 1, Peterborough United 1. Two minutes gone. Snodgrass on this left-hand side into Cummings. Lovely ball over to Kingsley. Launching it back into Leo da Silva Lopez, but can't get on the end of it. And now Luis Hernandez is launching the ball up to Slimani. Slimani back to Alex Song in the midfield. Over to Fernando. Fernando into Mahrez. Mahrez into Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy hits the post and ricochets away. Half an hour gone now. After that ferocious start to the game, not a lot has happened, to be fair. 6 points clear of the relegation zones. Fossum now, just before half-time, into Snodgrass, into Teixeira, into Escobar. Escobar does manage to keep on the ball, into Leo. And Schmeichel makes a very smart save there. Snodgrass not having the greatest of games, 6.5. Now on a 6.4. Cummings trying to get onto the end of the good cross from Leo there. Fossum, though, recycles the ball back to Escobar, back to Fossum. Lovely ball out to Kingsley. Kingsley's got a great cross in him. Into Cummings. Cummings makes it 1-0 to the Posh just before the hour mark. Jason Cummings coming back into the side for Calido. 25 minutes to go. We have had more of the game. Touch wood. that doesn't come back to bite us to where we haven't finished the game off. And this is going to be it. Hurahan with the final corner of the game, trying to find Baldwin in the back post. King clears it. We are 20 seconds left in the game. Morgan now launching the ball forward up to Fernando. Fernando into Mahrez. Mahrez into Dolberg, into Damari Gray. Damari Gray, and there we go again. We have conceded in the 92nd minute. And that has gone from 3 points back to 1. They hit us on the break. Story of our season so far. We just cannot hold on to victories so far this season. The wins that we were picking up last year, we're just not doing it so far this season. After the disappointment of the Leicester game, let's get back into the winning ways. Hopefully, fingers crossed, against this West Ham side. They are 4th in the league, 3rd in the league as we start. So, having a fantastic season this season, West Ham. Great players in their squad. De Jong up front, Felix in just behind him, Antonio's still there, Obiang's still there, Cresswell's still there. So, a very, very good side. Lingard's in the side as well on that left-hand side, causing us all kinds of problems in the first 2 or 3 minutes of this game. Snodgrass on the edge, hits the post, ex-West Ham player, cannons the ball off the post from a free kick, and that is half-time. 1 chance for them, 1 chance from us. We can Wilshere now into Obiang, into Hughes. Will Hughes, lovely signing for the West Ham faithful, into Ayew. Ayew puts it across Joe Wildsmith, and that is 1-0 to West Ham. They literally haven't been in the game at all, and they go and fire a goal in the first kind of 15 minutes of the second half. Coming into the final 2 minutes now, they've just had that one effort on goal really that's troubled us, and Andre Ayew is gonna be the match winner. Wisdom now on this right hand side, and that is it. West Ham United 1, Peterborough United 0. As you saw, very, very up and down results really, and as you can see, this is the state of play. We have not won in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have not won in 9 games. Our last win came at home against Newcastle 3-0. We have been in most of these games that we have played since we last met. A couple of 1-0s, a 1-0 loss against West Ham previously. City I was always going to lose 2-0. Very, very draw orientated, and this is what it means in the league. It sees us 15th in the league, 3 wins, 7 draws, 7 losses, 16 points, 5 points clear of West Brom, who do have a game in hand on us. So the second game in this episode is massively important away at West Brom. We need to beat them. If not, we need to not lose to them. And we've got a very tough game coming up against Liverpool. So let's see who's going to be playing in that game right now. So the West Ham game, literally 3 days before this. So some of our players aren't the 100% or aren't anywhere near fit enough for me, but they're going to have to play anyway because they are our best players. So Joe Wildsmith's come back in goal recently, just because Tatsumano has made a few mistakes in the games, as you've seen in the highlights. Lukaku comes in on that left hand side purely because Kingsley isn't fit enough. Baldwin and Holding, our best central defenders, and Eric Durm on that right hand side. The midfield 3, Ahurahan on the left hand side as a deep line playmaker, Escobar as the ball winning midfielder, and Fossum as the box to box midfielder. Teixeira and Snodgrass as the attacking midfielders, and then Cummings up top as the advanced forward. Wisdom, Rekic, Leo, Kalido, Lookman, Anderson, and Dwight Gale on the bench. Fingers crossed, let's see what we can do at Anfield against Liverpool. Very, very tough so far this season. We aren't getting the wins that we got last season, where we're picking up 2-1s, 3-1s here and there at home. Our home form has been very rocky, and our away form even rockier. So let's see if we can go and prove a point here away at Anfield. Klein now with the first highlight, 5 minutes in, knocks it into Mane, but Lukaku has taken down Callum Wilson, and that is a penalty for Liverpool. 5 minutes into the game, not the start we wanted. Can Joe Wildsmith save it against, who's their number 7? Is it Origi? Yes, it is. Origi steps up and slots it home to Joe Wildsmith's left-hand side. And that's Liverpool 1, Peterborough United 0. Again, not the start we wanted, and it seems to be the bad form that comes with us at the minute. Not really finishing really well. Origi, great finish. Too much speed on it for Joe Wildsmith. And that's 1-0 to Liverpool after 5 minutes. David into Julian Draxler. Draxler over the top to Origi again. Origi pushes it in, trying to find, I think it's Wilson up there with his strike partner Henderson. Recycling the ball over to Nathaniel Klein. Klein's going to get it in, and Origi makes it 2-0 to Liverpool. Let's change this up straight away because that just isn't working. Ahurahan, can Snodgrass play in there? Yes, he can. Teixeira can play on the right. Let's do that instead. And let's just change this up straight away because the 4-3-2-1 just isn't working against this Liverpool side. Get far too much space for my liking. And it's 13 minutes gone and they are 2-0 up. Ripping us apart, really. Henderson over to Nathaniel Klein. Lovely, lovely ball over to Klein. Klein takes Lukaku on, whips it in, and Origi's there. It's Liverpool 2, Peterborough United 0 away at Anfield. Kalido and Wisdom are going on for Lukaku and Cummings. Going to bring Durm over to that left-hand side, and we just need a little bit more from the boys. I'm going to make a triple change at half-time. Lookman's coming on. Going to bring Teixeira into the middle and Lookman on the left-hand side. Let's see what we can do in this second half. That was an absolutely shocking performance in the first half. Hour gone. Second half, nothing really happened. I think Liverpool have done a job on us here. They've done a really professional job on us. Eric Durham's picked up an injury. Let's go a little bit more attacking for the last kind of 25 minutes. Wisdom now on this right-hand side over to Snodgrass, but Masuaku gets in there. Origi's causing havoc yet again. Origi's coming inside and he makes it 3-0 to Liverpool. And we're getting ripped apart here, boys. We're 5 points off the relegation zone. West Brom and Southampton both have games in hand and can close the gap on us. Origi now tearing us apart there, and lovely finesse finish in the far corner. Nothing really Wildsmith could do there. Liverpool 3, Peterborough United 0. Since Origi scored the third goal, nothing's really happened. Time is now whittling away. Wisdom on this right-hand side yet again into Teixeira, trying to find Snodgrass behind the back four. Can't get onto it. Sanson now just taking his time, really kind of whittling down the clock. Over to Klein. That's all they seem to be doing now. Boganda on that right hand side into Sanson again. Lovely possession play there from Liverpool into Teixeira. Teixeira into Kalido. Kalido now. Are we going to get something going forward? Snodgrass into Teixeira into Fossum, and that is it. Liverpool 3, Peterborough United 0. Liverpool have put on an absolute clinic, and this is the team that's going up against West Brom at the Hawthorns. Going to go back to the 4-2-3-1. Got Tatuano in goal, Kingsley, Baldwin, Holding and Wisdom at the back. Ahurahan and Escobar in the middle. Ahurahan coming in for Ivor Fossum, who's suspended. Snodgrass, Teixeira and Leo da Silva Lopez in the middle, and then Kalido up top. This is a massive, massive game for us in the season. Very tight in the odds. Both teams have been awful going forward. We are still 5 points away from the relegation zone, which is West Brom, who are in 18th. This is the Boxing Day game. So Rondon has been our thorn in our side. He's scored pretty much in every single game that he's played up against us. Chadley, Bojan, Iwobi behind him. Delphin, Jakob in the middle. Dix, Evans, Amat and Cavanda in the back four, and Areola in goal. Very, very strong West Brom side. Probably shouldn't be struggling where they are in the league. We're in our neon yellow going from left to right in the first half, and they're in their traditional white and blue going from right to left. First highlight 5 minutes in goes to West Brom into Chadley. Chadley, lovely tackle there from Holding. Holding, oh what a hit that is from Nasser Chadley. You cannot do anything against that, but it is offside. Hopefully that is a stroke of luck that we needed to really kickstart the second half of our season. Chadley with an absolute thunderbolt there, and someone was offside and it just goes for us there. Going into half time, the time has flown by in that half. Nothing really happening. No one really picking up. 6.5, 6.6, 6.6 behind the front man of Kalido. Nothing really happening there. Let's just really get behind them. You weren't that bad. Let's see what we can do in the second half. Let's really see if we can nick a goal, nick a 1-0 win. That's all we need. We've had a little bit of luck in the first half when Nasser Chadley's goal was ruled out for offside. Going into the last 20 minutes now of the game, Teixeira's going to come off. I'm going to bring on Jason Cummins. He's going to play in behind. I'm going to push him further forward as a shadow striker. Anybody else that's struggling? Escobar's not really having the best of game on a 6.6. Let's bring Jermaine back into the fold and bring Leo off. Going to bring Snodgrass onto this right-hand side and then bring Lookman on the left. Last 20 minutes now. Come on, let's see what we can get from this game. Time is really whittling down now. Changes have been made for us and them. 3 minutes. Snodgrass with a free kick. Deflected. Areola spills it, but no one really following up there. And that's probably one of the only highlights that we've had in this game. Launched it forward to Salomon Rondon, into Iwobi, into Bojan again. And Tatsuanu with a vital save there. We're coming into the final 15 seconds of the game. It is a boring, very, very boring 0-0 draw. Potentially. I'm not going to get suckered into that again. Hourahan now going back to Tatsuanu. Launching it forward to Snodgrass. And that is it. West Brom 0. Peterborough United 0. We stop the rot a little bit. We get a point. That is it for this episode. We will be back against Manchester United away and Southampton at home. There will be the next 2 games in the middle of the transfer window. As always, we will be bringing you back the highlights of Fulham, Swansea and the 3rd round of the FA Cup against West Ham away from home. If you've enjoyed the episode, please do leave it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you do not want to miss out on any more content going forward. And until next time, I'll see you soon.